Take two in three, two, one, go.
Good luck for
Good
real
luck.
this time.
All right, and get ready to start my timer when they start. Now, go. Okay, here we go.
Let's go.
All right, and I guess I'll get Nade's audio here.
And we have boat runners remembering to turn on fast X.
Oh, is that something that you have to just like manually start when you get it started?
Yeah, usually like the game like runs at like half speed on your for the text boxes unless you all day. But if you actually like turn on fast X, it's basically the same as if you were to all day every time for all the text boxes. Because
Okay.
if you don't turn on fast text, you have to press A once to like make the text go fast, and then once at the very end of the text box to actually start to actually like make the text box clear.
Oh, okay. So here you just have to like just basically mash A to like continuously like push the text boxes through kind of thing.
Yeah, exactly. Like there you can see that like the text is going at one letter per frame,
Yeah.
which is pretty good.
Yeah, that's pretty good. That's why I like the way Paper Mario does scrolling text as well. You just hold down the A button and it scrolls the text as fast as it can go.
Yeah, I don't think you even like need to clear text boxes in Paper Mario, right?
I think you need to clear the final one, but you don't need to clear like between text boxes, if you know what I mean.
Okay, that makes sense.
So who's the favorite in the race today, Gogo?
So, I don't know, to be fair. We have Dingpot who's been putting all the work towards improving their time. We have Nate also, who's like pretty good at Banjo-Tooie and Banjo-Kazooie and could honestly pop off with a huge PB.
Ooh,
It's gonna, it, I have a feeling that this could still be a tight race.
yeah. I mean, Dingpot was saying that that the last PB was an offline PB, that 104.51, and it looks like Nade's sum of best is like a 104.24. I see on the splits, but then again on Dingpot splits, there's a 106.09 sum of best. So
Yeah, it's not too uncommon to have like big gold splits that you still have yet to get in the late game, especially with the quiz at the end.
yeah. Oh, that's very true.
Like I do know that it can sometimes take up to 15 runs to just get like one run that gets zero mini games, and even then you could still like be playing that on these splits.
So I saw them doing some mashing when they were climbing up the ladder here. Is that just like the fastest way to climb is just to mash A up the ladders?
It actually is like when you go up when you actually like walk up the ladder, you go at like 1.2 pixels per frame, and if you every time you press A, it's basically a first frame of a jump, which goes at like triple that speed.
Oh wow. Yeah, every time I see this game, I always see like something new that's like really interesting.
Yeah,
I'm all,
like I you might be seeing something where that Dingpa likes to do is, and that's to roll into some ladders, and for whatever reason, it makes you climb up faster until you jump.
so like that moment between when you get onto the ladder to your first jump, it's just faster, it's ever so
Yeah,
slightly.
yeah, exactly. And it's not just faster. And here looks like we have a route divergence. And Damepot is gonna be going for the sheep mini game and all the nuts in the water first, and that saves a second versus doing the order that Nate does right now, where he chooses to go for Klungo first. Mm, It's a bit of an older route, and people did it because there's an upcoming data warp. at the end of the section that DingPot's gonna be doing, and like an auto scroller such as the Klungo fight is a really good place to just take damage without losing time.
Hmm.
But as it turns out, like you can do damage boost like on some of the enemies along the way to actually save, to actually like damage yourself to 1 HP.
So one thing that I've like kind of like noticed about this level are all the Jinjos in this game the same color?
Uh, all the Jinjos in a single level are all the same color.
Oh, okay, okay. Because I kept looking, I was just like, I feel like every Jinjo I've seen them collect in this game or in this level is orange.
Yeah, all of them are orange. I think yeah, all of them in Spillers are gray, or for example. And there's always 5 per level.
Yeah. Rest in peace, the gray Jinjos.
True.
That's really funny that when Nade was doing Klungo and Dingpot was doing the sheep, there was a bunch of stuff like in between, but now they're exactly at the opposite spots. Ooh, and Nade got
I
a
know,
Nade
right?
got a double on the sheep.
Yeah, doubles are pretty hard to get, especially when you're trying to get some like between 2 rows.
To get a double, you
It
have to get them on the same row, like at the same like time, right?
You can actually get two sheep like from different rows too. It's just a lot harder because you need a very specific like force on your fishing pole.
Yeah. Is it like RTA viable kind of thing, or just like super like it's just the situation in which it pops up is very rare?
It's definitely precise, but it's something that people do try to do in runs because it's worth it to do.
Okay. And it's like there's no downside to trying to do it, right?
I mean, sometimes we see people like just missing the 2 sheeps that they're going for, so it can definitely backfire at some point. And hey, looks like they're synced now.
What's the
Except
name of the
Nate's
old bottles guy? The old mole?
Buzzeye.
Bozai?
Yes.
I love the voices that he makes in this game. Oh baby. We get the first transformation of the game, the mouse, the
Yep.
rat.
It's really good in the early game, especially because it goes at town trot speed, and since we don't have town trot, well, it's good at collecting collectibles faster than Banjo.
Ooh, Dingpot missed a note. And I didn't see Nade get the text box for the baby chicks.
Oh yeah, that text box happens when you hit the
Yeah.
when you get all 5 of them, and sometimes like you just usually the one that people get last is the one in front of Mumbo Skull, but if sometimes they get like in the way, you can get that text box earlier,
Oh, okay.
which is probably what happened with Dingpot there.
Or yeah. I was gonna say I didn't notice if Nade got it, so I wasn't sure if he like was gonna get it later or he just got it earlier and I didn't notice.
He hasn't gotten it yet. Like I think the chicken he got in front of the Mumbo Skull was the 4th one.
Oh yeah, there it
Yeah,
is. Yeah.
there we go.
Yeah, TSR they're pretty close, but Nade is slightly ahead.
Yeah,
But it's
I
still
will
early.
say. Go ahead.
I was done.
Okay, I was gonna say like the holy grail for like GR speedrunners in the early game is to get that sub 10 cliff farm. It's really hard to do, and when you get it for the first time, it just feels so good because then you know that you have a good early game. And I don't think that these guys are on pace to actually get it, but who knows? But they're gonna be pretty close.
Yeah. pieces out from the sheeps. Dingpot
Yep.
slowly behind. Are we looking to see like any other route deviations, or should it be pretty much the same route? Like, are there any
We'll
old strats that one of the runners might do?
we'll see after opening the next level if Dingpot chooses to go for a new route that saves 3 seconds. Basically, like doing some collecting stuff in town trot later in the run saves 3 seconds, but it does have the big downside of making a timer section extremely tight, which can be really risky and a no reset run. I do know that he's been trying to learn like all the new strats recently, so we'll see if he goes for it. Right now, Nade is ahead. Their route is completely synced. So let's see, it looks like Nade's going up, and it looks like Dingpot is also going up, so they're gonna be doing the same route for now.
Okay. Ooh.
This section can be really hard because your HP is counted
Oh,
there.
Nade!
Oh
Nade
no!
keeps getting damaged off the cliff. I guess he's decided to go up the other way instead.
Yeah, and he's
Ooh.
at 1 HP right now. I guess he's gonna go for the health upgrade.
Yeah, Dingpot also had 1 HP, I think.
Yeah, it's pretty good. In GR, it's really convenient to actually go for the health upgrade. It only loses like 13 seconds, so if you know that you're gonna die somewhere in the run, like it can be better to just go for a health upgrade since you're passing right by on a base hive multiple times
Yeah.
in
For,
the run.
for 100%, do you need to collect health upgrades?
No, you just need the empty honeycombs.
Oh, okay. So, same
Oh,
as Tui.
yeah, we go by the total screen.
No. Yeah, so those damage boosts off the cliff definitely cost Nate a lot of time.
Yeah, definitely.
So one
Now
thing,
was
sorry, Gogo. One thing I've noticed in this game is, you know, the sections you can dive in. So are they pretty lenient to where you can dive, or can you like, is there a certain area that you need to dive?
there's gonna be there's gonna be bubbles at the surface of the water in which you can dive.
Oh, okay. Because I saw Nade saw the bubbles, but he looked a little bit further away, so I wasn't sure if like how lenient the area around it was.
It's bigger than what the bubbles look like, I will
Oh,
say
okay.
that.
So if you just dive somewhere near the bubbles, you'll go under, kind of thing.
Yeah, pretty much.
Okay.
Alright, I wasn't paying attention to Nade's HP, but it does seem like Dingpot is at full health right now. For this next boss fight, you want to enter with at least 4 HP so that you can damage boost to shorten the first 3 phases. Like like the way that the first 3 phases work is that Grunty will be charging at you, except if you rub against a wall, well, you can make these phases go instantly pretty much.
Okay.
And it does seem like Dingpot seems to be like wanting to go safe there by not trying to take damage. And yes, you do want to end the third phase as far up as you can because the cutscene that happens after this boss fight takes place at the top, otherwise you lose like 10 seconds with the camera scrolling all the way to the top.
Okay. So the phases where you have to be like near the edge of a wall or something, those are only like the first like 2 hits or something?
Um, it's like there's 3 charges, but at the end of the third charge of the third phase, like you want her to charge up so that it can
Yeah.
be she ends up at the top.
Okay. And then after that, you just like just do the crushing phase kind of thing.
Yeah, pretty much.
Alright, Dingpot has rescued Kazooie.
Yep.
With a massive gold split.
Nice. Yeah,
But
that split was pretty good for him there.
yeah. But Dingpot also said he's running off of old splits technically.
Oh yeah, true.
So Nade got the health from Honeybee. Did he like gain an extra honeycomb now, or did he just like get a health refill?
Um, he actually got a health upgrade just like Dingpot did. You start the game with 4 HP and now they're gonna be playing at 6 HP for the rest of the run. Unless they
Okay.
want to go for another health upgrade before maybe raising Furnace.
Okay, I didn't see Dingpot get it as well, but I think it makes sense because in like in that level, like I remember like you can touch things that deal 4 damage to you, right?
Maybe not in this level,
No,
but
like later in like Grunty Industries and like the furnace
y-
level.
yeah, pretty much. As a matter of fact, I would say that like starting with this level, Regal Beach, I will say that most enemies do 2 HP per hit, so it having 6 HP that would definitely makes things easier if you need to survive.
Yeah.
And here this section is also fun because if you know what you're doing and like are consistent with your movement, the gruntlings will always be in the same set position each time because this room is cycle based.
Oh, okay. So do they always deal 2 damage to you, or just 2 damage to the mouse?
It's always 2 damage.
Okay. That's
At
like
least
so
for the
worrying.
blue one. At least for the blue, like the one with the blue vest, like the one in like Spiral Mountain with the red vest actually only does 1 hit HP.
Yeah.
And I think the gray one that you get to see and like Bad Magic Bayou and Freezing Furnace actually does 3.
Yeah, that's a lot of damage.
Yep, they basically one-shot you. So here it's time for 3 of the scrollers in a row, starting with the slide mini game.
These
But
slide mini games look so boring.
especially this one where you can literally spend the second half of this mini game just on the left side and you'll be good to win.
Oh, you can just stay there and you'll just like basically auto collect the rest of the worms in your way.
Yeah, if you have starting at 9, you can just stay on the left side and you'll be good to get all the remaining 9. It's definitely a good break for when you need to take a sip or whatever.
No. And I guess
Incoming.
there's no downside to getting hit by the spikes other than you probably just can't move for a second, right?
Exactly.
Hey Corey, thanks for the good luck to the racers.
Meanwhile, we have ThinkPot starting the treasure chest minigame right now. And that minigame can be either really hard or really easy because the AI sucks in this minigame, but sometimes if they catch you early on with like these cannonballs, it can be hard to like retrieve the treasure chest.
Yeah. So you just have to end the timer holding the chest, right?
You need to be holding it for the longest time in those 45 seconds.
Oh, okay. Okay.
So if like you hit 20 seconds and you still have the chest, you know that you're gonna win automatically.
Okay. Nade just shooting the cannon.
Yeah. they're really not good at dodging your cannonballs, even if you're shooting in the same spot.
Yeah.
Like the funny thing is that the task for this game, like it just pushes forward for a little bit at the beginning, and that does absolutely nothing.
Whole Luigi wins doing nothing kind of strategy.
Exactly.
Alright, and on this pirate ship, the skulls always appear in the same spot, right?
Yep.
Yeah, I would
One
imagine looking
funny
at how Dingpot's doing the fight.
One funny thing about this fight is that in the PAL version, it's actually a second slower. For whatever reason, the pirate shows up like 1 second later in the last phase.
That's kind of weird.
It's definitely an oversight because like it definitely feels longer than for the first two phases, but it got patched into the US version.
Okay. Oh, so did the PAL version come out first?
I would assume so.
Yeah.
Considering that like the PAL version only has 3 languages, and well, in the US version only has 1 language, but if you look in the game's code, there's actually 5 of them.
Okay.
Oh no, looks like Nate fell off in the water there, trying to get the pillar jiggy. Meanwhile, it looks like Dingpot is on a good pace, leaving Briggle Beach.
Mm-hmm. Yep, just lost a... Well, I guess gained a whole ton of time in the level.
Yeah, pretty much.
It's so hard for me to tell which, like, cliffs they, like, can and can't, flat flip onto.
It's even worse in like the mobile version of this game, because at least in this game, like you have like rounded surfaces and like diagonal walls. In the mobile version, like pretty much everything is a rectangle that's aligned with the axes. So sometimes there's multiple layers that are just hidden because like you just cannot see like the side of it. And let's see if these people and if these runners actually remember to open 2 levels at this point. You you guys might have wondered like why we get so many jiggies in Spiral Mountain at this point. It's to actually skip a trip to Jiggy Wiggy's temple.
Yep, it looks like Dingpot remembered.
Nice.
So what are these 2 levels he's opening?
And we have Bad Magic Bayou and Spiller's Arbor that they're opening.
Okay. I think Spiller's
BMB
Harbor is the one level in the game that I always forget the name of.
Yeah, we have Bad Magic Bayou, the only level in the game that requires backtracking, and we have Spiller's Arbor, which is considered by many the hardest level in the game.
Is that just the terrain?
I mean, there's so many like hard sections in this level that can just lose you time. Like for instance, like there's the Grunty fight by itself can be really hard. Oh wait, there looks like Dingpot is gonna be doing
What is this?
the screen freeze. Oh no, he fell off. Basically, in this, he tried to like learn Rat-a-tat rap for Bazai. Oh no, is he lost? He's lost.
Uh-oh, he's taking a lot of damage too.
Oh no, he's lost. Oh no.
Oh.
But yeah, basically, like, if you try to tug to Bazai has an enemy like shoots.
Wait, it's still frozen?
Yes.
How do you... Okay.
Uh, the only way to actually unfreeze this is to talk to an NPC, which luckily for him, doing this minigame does.
Oh, okay.
But yeah, basically, if you shoot, try to talk to Buzzeye and you get a knockback from like an egg hitting an enemy that's just barely off screen, you basically skip having to talk to Buzzeye and you save 4 seconds compared to reading the text. But that's only if you can do the next section with like the move while doing the movement blind and without falling off there.
Yeah.
Like, I bet that Dingpot is probably like mad at him right now because it's only a strat that he only recently started doing in runs.
Oh, okay.
And because he did the fishing minigame, he's gonna have to pretty much skip all his splits now because it's a thing that Nade's not gonna be doing for a really long time.
Okay. So uh how do you leave the glitch? Like you have to navigate a bunch of late stuff, but how do you like get out of it then?
And if you choose to leave the screen frozen, you actually like leave the glitch by learning battery eggs
Oh,
in the
okay.
first room that you visit in the mansion, because you get to talk to another Buzzeye.
So you basically have to navigate all the way to battery eggs like blind, technically.
Pretty much, yeah. They can definitely like lose your runs, but let's just say that like there is a lot of nodes and enemies on the platforms that you're trying to go on to, so you can get some visual cues.
Oh, okay. So it is like like a top runner only kind of strat, I guess.
Pretty much,
And you
yeah.
said it only
And it
saves
looks
4 seconds?
oh, it looks like Dingpot is also going for a new strat, and it looks like he missed Klungo there. It's probably not worth it to try it again. Yeah, another strat that I found this week is that if you lure Klungo like to the top, he just skips the phases where he's walking around. But yeah, what were you asking with the other glitch?
I don't think I was asking anything else. Just yeah, I think I was done. Once
Okay,
I think all I asked was like how do you leave like learning. Oh right, I was saying like so it's basically like a top runner only thing because it only saves like 4 seconds, right? So it's
pretty
like
much,
yeah,
yeah.
if you don't need it,
You
then you
wait,
shouldn't
did
learn it
the
kind of thing.
Dingpot just walk past the node there? I think he did.
Uh-oh.
Hopefully, like, he can find that note, like, at some point, but because he definitely missed a note on the upper floor there.
Well,
Like,
hopefully
it's
he'll notice
something,
a note count is off at some point.
he'll definitely notice that because you leave the level with 69 notes normally,
Okay.
which is a pretty nice number to remember.
Pretty easy to remember, yeah. So, unless Dingpot didn't forget a note and we're just both crazy, is Nate ahead now?
Yeah, I would say that needs a head,
Yeah. And if
though we have
Dingpot
to
did
keep
forget
it.
a note, then he's really ahead.
Yeah, definitely. Like, he's gonna have to look for whatever note that he's missing. And it looks like Nate like is going for his classic like 7-8 note strat. Nate is gonna be getting a bit less of the notes in Spiral Mountain for now, since he's gonna be doing the top right section of the Spiral Mountain section with Gold Feathers later on. It loses 11 seconds, but it's extremely easy to die there if you're not careful. especially since you're always at low health when doing this section.
Yeah. And
And it looks like,
I guess they just didn't do anything more in Bad Magic Bayou because they had to like leave and come back.
yeah, you need the tank for one of the jiggies on the left half of the level, so it's better to just leave everything on that path for later.
Okay. That's a Grunty Industries transformation, right?
Yep. So yeah, we'll be seeing Nate like going for the left side of this section. Meanwhile, we have Dingpot, I don't know, remember getting gold feathers, which isn't supposed to happen, but he's gonna be getting all the notes on this pad without gold feathers, which is incredibly risky to do.
Oh, you did it.
Let's go.
Yeah, with how much damage you take from some of the enemies, it's just like, ugh.
Yeah, I mean, that's even worse, like, if you don't try to, like, go for health upgrades, because if you're like me, and you do this route, you usually do this section with 1 HP going into it.
Do you
So
run
we,
without grabbing the health upgrade?
yes.
Yikes.
It says 13 seconds, so
Yeah.
might as well go for it.
Yeah, I guess that's true.
But it does mean that I'm very prone to just dying everywhere.
Yeah.
So it looks like Dingpot is not gonna be going for the tech skip for the spring pad there. You can actually also skip this spring pad text, and it saves a lot more time than the one for the Ratatat wrap that he attempted earlier. But judging by how the first one went, like, I doubt that he wants to do it again. So we have this Philistine.
Oh, Okay, Dingpot remembered that note.
It
I was
scared
like,
me
ha,
there
how
for
did
a
you miss
moment.
that? But I noticed he forgot it when he came in, so I guess he just was kind of going through the motions on the way out and then realized at the last second he forgot it.
Yeah, pretty much. By the way, jumping like through these bees like that Dingpot's about to go through right now is insanely hard. And it can definitely kill you if you're low on health, since they do 2 HP per hit. And yeah, this jiggy that they're currently doing, like with all the timers, is probably one of the hardest jiggies to do casually, just because you have so many enemies that get in the way and the timer is pretty tight, especially for the last one.
Can you clear the enemies out like ahead of time, or do they just respawn?
You actually cannot in
Oh,
this game. Like if like you like go off screen from where the enemies spawn, like they actually just they will respawn after a couple of seconds. It's not like BK where you actually need to leave the level to respawn everything or to die.
yeah. I mean, I guess a lot of enemies just respawn on a timer as well, but
I
there aren't
don't
there
think
aren't
that's
really
the
like
case in.
yeah, there aren't really screens that you have to leave in that game, so
Yeah, I don't think that there's enemies that actually respawn in BK. In 2E, there's pretty much all of them, but not in BK, right?
yeah. Actually, I don't know. It's been
Alright,
a long time since I played BK. Oh baby, the robot.
alright, time for possibly the hardest boss fight from NadetheGreat there. It would be so easy if Grunty didn't just randomly move left and right and could block your shots with her spells.
Oh
The
yeah.
biggest challenge from this is to actually not run out of eggs, because if you're running out of eggs, you can only shoot like a couple at a time, and that It's really painful to just do.
Yeah. Oh. Oh, Dingpot ran out of eggs. I think he's still got like another 2 shots on the shoulder patch. Yep, there we go.
There we go. And it looks like
Shooting into
Nade is...
Nade. Yeah, Nade's got a lot of eggs down.
Yeah, you can see
Oh,
the pain, especially if you get low on HP. Sometimes you also need to dodge the shots as well.
yeah. But yeah, I was about to say the splits are pretty reversed how they were earlier. Dingpot was on a pretty good run, but I thought he just skipped his fight, but he was like plus a minute 30. Whereas
Uh,
Nade is minus
uh, oh,
57.
nice. But yeah, you could see that Dingpot had to go into a building there. Meanwhile, Nade already did that since he needed the nose in the building for ice eggs. That's part of the reason why doing the right side of Spiral Mountain before Spiller's Arbor saves time. It's because you need a ton of nodes to learn ice eggs. Especially if you skip like 30 of them in Bad Magic Bayou.
Yeah.
So really, right now, I would say that it's pretty tough to say who's ahead. I would say that Nade's probably ahead, but but they still have some stuff that both of the runners didn't do.
Yeah.
For instance, we have Nade that did the fishing minigame and not the fishing minigame, this dolphin minigame in Spiral Mountain. Meanwhile, Dingpot did the fishing minigame in Bad Magic Bayou.
Yeah, but again, Dingpot might also be down a note.
Yeah, true.
I guess we'll find out when he goes back into Bad Magic Bayou, because I didn't see how many notes he had when he left the level.
Yeah, same. I didn't check either.
Yeah. I thought I was going to check notes, but I forgot that in this game it keeps track of your notes, like, per level. So when he collected his first one when he left and went back to Spiral Rise, it was a different counter.
Yeah.
I love the Mumbo's music.
Yeah. Gotta love the disco mambo with that Simon Says.
Yeah.
So for this threat section, the first half is pretty basic, apart from the fact that you can actually slip past an enemy and a wall in this garden section. It's the reason why going clockwise is faster. Oh, it looks like Nate got yeeted into the water there by an enemy.
That's
In
been a
this
theme
game,
this race, I feel.
yeah, it's especially worse with the transformations because none of the transformations besides the octopus can actually swim in water. They just instantly die.
Okay.
Doesn't matter if you have full HP or not, you can't swim.
This part of Bad Magic Bayou seems like really weird compared to the rest, because the rest of it's like a gloomy, mucky, town kind of thing, and now suddenly it's like a bright, sunny beach. I guess there is garbage everywhere, but
I know, right? You mean Spiller's Arbor, right?
Spiller's Harbor, what did I say?
You said Bad
Oh, I
Magic
said Bad Magic
Bayou.
Bayou, that's right.
Yes. Alright, it looks like we have another route difference there where Nate got one of the Jinjos early, probably because he messed that trick up.
Yeah. And now they're
But hey,
synced!
Let's go. Alright, let's see who can turn on the D-pad faster.
Oh,
Oh.
Nade missed the jiggy.
And Nate got one of the notes early on, so he didn't have to get it on the way out. But yeah, you could see there that there is a Jinjo in in like this jail cell there. And it's actually faster to get it as the rat, because if you're as the rat, you don't need to backflip out since Mambo will teleport you away.
That's just because you instantly die when you touch the water, yeah?
There's no water in the jail cell. It's just because the
Oh, because you
mouse
can't get
cannot
out.
jump out.
Oh, okay.
So like it's an anti-soft lock feature.
Okay. That's kind of cool that that exists.
Yeah, yeah. I probably should have said it earlier, but they also did that at the end of the octopus section, where they actually like jumped on a roof of the building and they got teleported away.
When you jump on the roof, why would you soft
Yeah.
lock there?
I mean, there's a hole in the roof that leads you
Oh,
to
right.
like a room that from which you cannot like leave unless you backflip out. So they really wanted to make sure that you really could not soft lock. And
Ooh,
here, this is
Dingpot
the
misses one
slide
of
where
the...
skill matters the most, because oil does slow you down.
Yeah, I saw Dingpot missed one of the zippers. Oh, it looks like hang on, I gotta fix the streams. Dingpot fell a little bit behind. Alright, there we go. Now we're back.
Alright, we'll see if they do a funny trick there. Doesn't seem like Nate's gonna be going for it, or Dingpot either. But yeah, there's a funny trick where you can jump insanely high to get to the Jiggy that they're about to get. Oh, looks like Dingpot's gonna be doing it as a backup. Basically, the way that it works is that by like alternating directions, but like while facing this wall, you can basically get enough speed so that the game like stops applying gravity on you when you're jumping.
And so
For
is that...
whatever for whatever reason, like when you go at like slightly more than double the town throughout speed, the game just doesn't apply gravity on you.
So is that just like to climb those cliffs without needing the shock spring? Or what?
Yeah, yeah, exactly. It skips one shot screen pad.
How much does that save?
8 seconds.
Oh wow. Alright, here's Nade doing the note section with gold feathers.
Yep. And now it's time to open the last level of the game. Well, if you want to consider it the last level before the final boss.
Yeah. It's like the boss area of the game. I see that Dingpot's missing 4 notes from Spiral Rise as well.
Yeah, there's 4 nodes like on the left. Oh yeah, on the left side that Nate got earlier. And they're all on the way to Freezing Furnace.
Hey Tyson. I know a banjo race, right?
Feels good to finally be able to have a GR race.
Yeah, I have a feeling I'm going to be hosting the rest of them.
I mean, I feel like Nate could be able to do it, to do some. It's just that he can't really do it when he's a participant in the race.
Yeah.
Right.
Alright, there's the final notes. And after this cutscene...
Now you may have been wondering, like, why did Dingpot like not start the dolphin mini game there? It actually saves time because, for whatever reason, the dolphin mini game resets your current selected egg to blue eggs, and it's just slightly faster to do it after freezing furnace.
Is switching eggs not as easy as it is in like Banjo-Tooie kind of thing?
You cannot just mash R as fast as you can to like get to the egg that you want. There's a cooldown every time you switch eggs.
Okay.
And there we can see the lava being very painful to runners with the lava like making them lose 3 HP each time they fall into it.
Yeah. Doesn't the green
And
acid also make you lose a lot as well?
yep, it's 4 HP for the green goo.
It's 4 for the green goo, but only 3 for the lava?
Yep, if you don't go for any health upgrades, it's a one shot.
Yikes. Guess that really sucks because there's a lot of notes on top of it too.
Yeah. I mean, you're not gonna be getting these notes as Banjo, we're gonna be getting them as the tank later.
Oh,
It's mainly because there's a switch that you need to jump to, and there's a golden nugget on the platform in the middle of all the green goo.
yeah. I saw that Dingpot, before he came in here to do the puzzle, he paused to check his totals.
Yeah, I would assume that it was to check his health because you can see that Nate like lost a bit of time there because he had to get all the honeycombs around the arena.
Oh, okay. Oh, here's a strat that we saw. Oh, awesome. That's a strat we saw someone have problems with the last time I casted a race. I don't remember what it was, but the shot to the ice egg hole, the second ice egg
Yeah,
hole.
yeah, the right shot is especially hard, I will say, since it's very precise. Like you're just barely in range to get it. If you if you're like too far up or too far left, you hit a wall that's like covering the switch, and if you're too far down, you actually are too far away, and the egg despawns before it hits the switch. And there we have a funny strat where if you make Klungo walk into a pipe, he skips some of the phases where he has to walk around. And Nate will have to be saved there because he's at 1 HP.
Oh yeah, so Klungo's walking around for him. Ooh,
Yeah.
I thought he was gonna get hit by that shield for sure.
Yeah, same.
Oh, oh,
Uh,
oh, Nate missed the phase. Oh, that's
no.
bad. Tyson, Gogo, Tyson's got a question for you.
The big jump strat in Briggle Beach. I think you mean Spiller's Arbor, but only Dingpot did it, and it was as a backup. I don't think Dingpot meant to go for it initially.
I don't even
And
remember what the big jump was. Ooh, Nate.
yeah, we could see that like Dingpot like did that warp there coming out of Grunty Industries. It actually saves 1 second, but only if you're at low health. And it makes having a dead warp there like makes everything so much easier for the next part because you're at full health going into a part with ice physics.
Yeah. So what's the goal here for the sleds? Is just to collect the most like octopus things?
Yeah, I thought of them as like snowflakes, but yeah,
Oh, are they supposed to be snowflakes?
I believe so.
It's a very interesting looking snowflake. So
It
Dingpot's just leaving the minigame, meanwhile Nade's just going into it.
Yep.
Exactly one minigame difference.
It's really tough to say who's ahead right now, but if I had to take a guess, I would say that Dingpot is maybe ahead.
Yeah, is there anything that Nade still has to do that's like very time consuming compared to like, I mean, Dingpot still has to do the dolphin game, but is it that long of a game?
Yeah, it's pretty long. I mean, Nate also has to do the fishing mini
Oh,
game in
that's
Bad
right.
Magic Value.
That's right, I forgot about that one.
Since since it's normally a thing that you do in the second trip, but Dingpot did it to fix his camera
Yeah.
when he messed up the trick.
Yeah, I see Nade had to skip one of his last splits, but I think he unintentionally died on the way out of the Klungo. On the way out of the Klungo fight. So he had to restart. Not that I don't think it lost that much time, but...
But yeah, if I like that, the funny thing about like that screen freezing thing is that I'm pretty sure that it has to do with like the devs like wanting to like optimize the game while you're not moving around in a cutscene. You know, like how in Ocarina of Time, like when you pause the game basically takes a screenshot of the game when you're actually playing, so
Yeah.
that it doesn't have to render the whole game in the background. I feel like it's probably like something similar that the game tries to do in a cutscene,
Okay.
but since you're like moving, it makes everything 10 times harder.
Oh, baby, it's time for the candle. I love the way the candle just kind of rolls around.
Yep. All right. That's like such a fun section, and we're done with the candle.
Aww.
Don't worry, we'll get to see more candle action soon.
Alright, now we got the tank. Oh, and Dingpot just got a gold split on his last split.
My bad, I had to mute myself there to use the tissue.
Yeah, that's fine.
That's nice that he got a gold. Yeah, that section was pretty good for him. While we have Nate having a slightly smoother like candle section there, not
Yeah.
taking any hits.
Yeah, I think Dingpot took 2 hits. 2 hits there. Oh yeah, I saw Dingpot's split name is Best Candle Section.
Nice.
That's really funny.
Oh god, I love that Nate like forgot that there was a text box to clear there when he actually transformed into the tank. Every time you transform, the Mumbo just introduces you to the transformation, and I guess he forgot that this was the first time he used the tank and the run.
Ooh, Dingpot not having a good time with these fish. He did get 2 doubles though.
Yeah, it's so hard to like react in time for this because you really have to pay attention to the movement of everything, because those that move like in a continuous motions are bad, and those that stop and go are the fish that you actually want to get.
Oh, there's good and bad fish.
Yeah, if you pick one that moves in a continuous motion, it's actually a snippet, and you lose a health if you get one.
Okay. I saw Dingpot pick up a snippet during one of the other fishing games, but I wasn't sure what it actually did. Because I was like, is it gonna make the score go down? But
No, it
yeah, I
just
didn't
deals
notice the health bar.
damage. Sometimes it can be worth to actually get one of them, especially if like at the very end you actually grab a fish in a snippet. You don't actually take damage if it's your last one, because I guess the game considers that you win before taking health from you.
Yeah. Alright, Dingpot picking up his last notes.
Yep.
And now he's doing the dolphin game. So do the dolphins always pop up in the same spots, I would imagine, since he's kind of pre-aiming?
Yep. And there's always that one time, like I think when there's 3 HP, that he skips a spot. It's not something random, it happens every time. Wait, did Nate like die in freezing in Grunty Industries? Because I feel like he lost time there over Dingpot.
Yeah, Nade died on his way out of Klungo.
Oh.
So like he did the fight, and then I guess he died somewhere because he respawned. He game overed and like respawned back at like the entrance to the furnace area. Not entrance to the furnace area, but like when you shoot those two things with the ice eggs and go in to fight Klungo, he respawned at like
Right,
that
right.
entrance.
So now it looks like we have Dingpot that's gonna be saving time over Nate there, because he already did the fishing minigame. And I feel like this is when we're seeing the true lead at this point. Because now Nate has to do the fishing minigame.
Yeah.
But I still don't know if Dingpot is missing a note.
Yeah, it's hard to tell even looking at their splits because Nade right now is minus 58 seconds on a 107.56, and Dingpot is plus 43 on a 107.09. So like,
Yeah.
according to their splits, Dingpot is like a minute behind, but I mean, he's probably gonna save a lot of time on this split, maybe because this is when he was supposed to do the fishing game, right?
Yep.
Yeah. So his splits are probably just wrong.
Yeah, definitely is gonna be saving like 30 seconds on that split just because he didn't have to do the mini game.
Alright, so again, we're back in Mumbo's, watching the stars. Dingpot is exactly one candle section ahead.
Yep. And that one's
Plus maybe
surprisingly
something
fun
else.
to optimize because there's like a timer going on when you try to actually when you're actually trying to beat the candle puzzle, and it's always fun to try to maximize the time remaining at the end. If you do like the faster strap of going clockwise, you want a 47, but if you go counterclockwise, which is like half a second slower, you want a 43 at the end.
So can you take any damage as the tank?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
I mean, you definitely take damage. It's just that like you, for whatever reason, if you get knocked backwards, you somehow go really fast as the tank. You probably might have seen it when Nate like got hit in freezing furnace.
Oh,
It's
maybe.
it's a glitch, and it used to save time to do it at some point during the in freezing furnace, but I found that a reroute that made it not fast.
Okay. Yeah, there's a lot of stuff I probably see in the game that I like don't know is a thing, just because I'm so unfamiliar with the game.
Yeah, makes sense. And
Oh,
it
yeah,
looks like
Dingpot
yeah,
just noticed he's short a note.
All right, where's the note, DingPot? Where's the note?
Yeah. Okay, so it looks like he's just going back through the route. He kind of stopped, like, right, where he would have started. So he's probably gonna go there, because that's the first place you go, right?
Yes.
Yeah. Ooh, he died.
All right. Is he gonna second guess himself and try to go for like the last half of the game again, of the level again?
I don't know. I think he knows it's like somewhere like in his first visit.
Yeah, maybe.
Yeah, he's back in the
Okay, now
manor,
is
so
yeah. There's no way that he misses it.
yeah, there it is. Hey,
There
he
it
got it.
is. Let's go.
All right, so now that Dingpot has circled back for the note, how would you say the runners are on who's ahead, who's behind? Is Dingpot much like way ahead? It looks like.
Whatever, whatever Dingpot's lead is when he leaves the level is gonna be a true lead.
Okay, so he's out.
There, yep. But there is hope for Nate because Dingpot could be getting mini games in the quiz at the
Oh,
end.
that's right. And there's also the phase skip as well, right?
Yeah, definitely. Those are not free either.
All right, so uh, Dingpot split, leaving Bad Magic Bayou at 101.06, and Nade split at 101.28. So Dingpot's only 22 seconds ahead. So
All it takes is one mini game.
yeah, it's close.
Yep. And Nade's missing one Jiggy there because he's gonna be getting the Jinjo Jiggy from Sprout Mountain after opening this puzzle. Not sure why Dingpot did it before because it's definitely slower. Oh, it looks like Dingpot is going for another health upgrade just to be sure that he doesn't die to Grunty.
Right there, he's checking his totals again.
Wait, checking the
Wait,
totals by.
okay.
Nice.
I guess since he forgot a note, he wanted to make sure he wasn't forgetting anything else. Well,
Oh
well,
my
they're pretty much
god.
synced again, so
Can you imagine if checking the tunnels causes him to lose?
oh my goodness. Yeah, they're yeah, they're pretty synced. Well, I guess Nade's a little behind, but only by like a few seconds now.
It's game on.
All right, here we go. Oh, Dingpot got it. Oh, Nade missed it.
Oh,
Right, he's still got another shot though, right? Well, I guess
yeah,
he's
he
got a
can
lot of
try as
shots.
much as he wants.
Ooh. I think he's not close enough to the wall, yeah? You have to be right against the wall, don't you?
I think he's shooting a bit too late. Either that or he's not backflipping fast enough. The timing for this is pretty tight, so yeah. Oh, but Dingpot gets an extra long mini game.
Yeah. Alright, Nade finally got it.
They could still be ahead after this phase. Can you beat this game?
Oh, he got the same mini game!
It's the same one!
Alright, well, I guess that puts him at the same spot. So, is it possible to get all three of your questions as a minigame?
Yes.
Oh my goodness. Has that happened to you, Gogo?
I think the worst I've ever had was 4 mini games, like for all the questions combined.
That's 9 questions, right?
Uh, that's 7 questions.
Oh, okay.
You only need to get the majority of the questions slash mini games right
Oh, okay.
in order to qualify.
So will
And it
Grunty
looks
just ask you questions until you get like 3 right or 2 right or something?
Eh, If you like lose the best 2 out of 3, you actually just get knocked down the platform, and you have to refight the boss for that
Oh.
phase.
Oh,
And
Nade got a
it's
second minigame.
oh no, and it's not just like it's not just the last hit. It's actually all if like the boss fight has 6 HP, it's all 6 HP that you have to take off again.
Yeah.
It's terrible like that.
Alright, Dingpot. Good. Two questions. Oh,
All right,
makes a
what makes
sound.
this?
Oh, I see the little bar. So you need to get 5 right. Then yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
Oh my God, Nate tried to go for Klungo skip there.
All
It's
right.
even more precise than Grunty face skip, except you only have one try at it.
All right. Dingpot gets no mini games on the second round. I just
If
has to not
if
die
it,
to Grunny.
if if he can survive the last phase, like I'm sure he has it in the bag. You would really need to mess up a lot at this point to lose.
So I saw Grunny was going ham, like doing jumping. Is he like sitting in a spot where he just can't get hit?
I mean, if you like the Grunty's jumps are always the same length, so if you like can stand like between like Grunty's start and the location that she's aiming for, you will never get hit.
Okay. Yeah, I guess it's also pretty hard for Dingpot to like die to Grunny because he got that extra health upgrade, so he has like 10 health now, right?
How
Or
much
8.
HP does he have now? Did he take
He took
damage?
1 damage, so I think he still has another 7 honeycombs then, yeah.
Yeah, pretty much. Meanwhile, Nate is low on health, I think. Last time I checked, he was at 2.
Yikes.
Yeah, this game like doesn't show you your health even when you're at critical health, unlike the other Banjo games. It's you only know it if you take damage to get health or die
Yeah.
or pause the game, I guess.
I keep thinking they take damage, but they're only just like getting ricocheted off of Grunny when they hit her. It's like the same animation.
Yeah.
Man, Grunny's phases are really ridiculous. Like, was that a homing thing?
Yes. And it looks like
And
Dinkpa's about to finish.
time!
Time. Alright, time to bring the
Yeah,
bed.
I'll bring in Dingpot. I'll let Nate finish.
Okay.
Alright, GG's!
I
GG's.
idiot. I'm 100% an idiot for going for that trick in bad Magic Bayou.
Yeah,
Oh no, Nate gets an extra cycle.
Nate's still got
He
6
did.
health left, Dingpot. But yeah, it was you guys were almost synced going into Grunny, but he got 3 mini games, I think.
Eh. You guys basically entered the final boss fight at the same time. Oh hey
You could
Nate.
just tell that I didn't care about splitting anymore.
Yeah, Nate.
Yeah.
We were just saying you guys went into the final area basically. Oh, I forgot to stop my timer. You guys went into the
You could
final
just tell that
area
I
pretty
didn't
much
care about
synced, but
splitting
you got
anymore.
ultimately
Oh, game's stupid.
ultimately
We were just
destroyed on
saying
mini
you guys
games.
How stupid am I to come out of Briegel Beach 30 seconds ahead just to lose it all and then basically losing double the amount that I saved for doing a trick that I haven't practiced.
I know, right?
Yeah, Dingpot, when you missed the note in the
Yeah,
mansion.
I was gonna get it like on the way out, then for some reason I forgot because I forget really easily.
Yeah.
Yeah, there was a
If
There was a lot of spaghetti coming from both sides.
No,
Different.
I was tilted 5 minutes, and don't you know it?
Yeah.
I mean, to be fair, like I will say that it was a back and forth race. To be fair, like for most of like Spillers Arbor and like Freezing Furnace, we didn't know who was ahead.
Yeah.
Mm.
It's just like both of the routes had to kind of diverge a little bit because Dingpot had to do the fishing mini game really early.
Yeah, I
Mm.
was like, screw it. I need to see. I need to. So
Yeah.
I'm just gonna do this mini game early.
That was the first time I'd ever seen what you were doing, and I was like, "What's going on? Like, where is he? Why is the screen doing that?" It was yeah.
Yeah.
Shout outs to that trick that saves 4 seconds, and it's a pain because if you mess up, like it's you really need to be you
That was
either need to
so.
be like know the level layout pretty well, or you just like start the fishing mini game to fix your camera.